Playoff Central Live is
Kawhi
brought to you
Leonard.
by AT&T 5G.
Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers had a commanding 3-1 lead in this best-of-7 series, but Denver's terrific comebacks led by Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, and here we are.
Go out there and take it. Go out there and take it. You deserve it. Enjoy the moment. Have fun. Let's go out there and take it. Go together. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Jokic, nice feed inside to Harris, and Harris gets that one to go.
That's some pass right there.
But as Jokic drives inside, lays it up and in. Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, a good start. Meanwhile, for the Clippers, one guy who doesn't seem like he's affected by the pressure is Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, a three-pointer.
Kawhi Leonard has been outstanding in this first half.
Kawhi Leonard drives to the goal and throws it down. An emphatic finish. Well, the Nuggets are in familiar territory, down by double figures.
Here's my challenge to you, man. Keep on believing in each other. Keep on believing in each other, all right?
They were down 16 in Game 5. They were down 19 in Game 6. Can the Nuggets do it again? Jamal Murray for 3. Murray drives on Morris. Now pulls back, two-pointer. Got it. He is red hot. Denver they're playing loose and free. Jokic one-on-one with Harrell. Give and go. Craig banks it home. Another stunning turnaround for the Denver Nuggets here in Game 7.
Right now, the ball is flying. They can't keep up with it.
Mike Malone's Nuggets showing the poise once again. Inside pass. Jokic flips it up and in. Murray trying to get it. Shot clock winding down. Murray puts up a 3. Bang! Jamal Murray from downtown. They are the comeback kids from Colorado. The team basketball that they have played in these last 3 games has been spectacular.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir.
And will make NBA history by becoming the first team to overcome 2 3-1 deficits in the same postseason.
This is a special crew. Nobody think that we can do something, and we prove ourselves and prove everybody that we can do something. Are you going to say something?
Go ahead, bro.
6-0 in elimination games here in the bubble as the Denver Nuggets are going back to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 11 years.
I've never been around a team like this, man. For real. Inspirational group. Love all y'all, man. We got work to do.
Wow, the Denver Nuggets have now tied a record previously set by the franchise in 1994 with 6 wins in a single postseason while facing elimination. The Miami Heat, Houston Rockets, and Phoenix Suns all also did it in the 90s. But for now, here's more on Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals from the coaches and players, starting with Mike Malone on the challenge ahead.
We still have a lot of work to do. Western Conference Finals, we know we're playing a very talented and well-rested Laker team. But I do know this, our guys are up for that challenge.
We know what we got. And when we're all clicking, when we're making shots like that and playing defense together, you know, we're a top 4 team, top 3 team in the league. And we're trying to prove to be the number 1. We've been doing this. I don't know how many times we got to prove it over. You know, we've been doing this, and we have the talent to do it.
The confidence that they're playing with, the chip on their shoulder that they're playing with was really noticeable. Obviously, they're a very resilient group. To come back from 3-1 twice in the same year, and we're gonna have to play great to beat them.
They have a lot of fight. They don't really quit. Always, trying to play to win, no matter if they're down 19, which they were in Game 5 and 6, still coming back and winning. So it kind of just tells you the story of what kind of heart that team has.
Obviously, I have the utmost respect for LeBron James. Had a chance to coach him for 5 years, know who he is and what he's about. And I'm sure he was watching every one of our games, taking notes because his intelligence is off the charts.
Yeah, Joker is one of the most unique players in the world, and one of the most unique players ever to play the center position in this league. They understand his abilities passing the basketball and do a great job speed cutting through the lane, and it'll make it very difficult to guard. It does make this series a little different, a lot different actually than last series. Obviously, we're going to be the LA Lakers, who we've been all year. We adjusted to a small ball team last series, but I would expect us to return to form.
And Jim, we just heard Frank Vogel call Nikola Jokic one of the most unique players in the entire world. He affects the game in so many ways, but his passing may be his most impressive skill. What did you see from him in Game 7 against the Clippers as far as being a facilitator goes?
Well, really, it started back, I think, at the beginning of the series, understanding how the Clippers were guarding him. Just a simple handoff right here. But again, the patience to understand where the defense is at, but more importantly, where the cutters, his teammates, would be. Not rushing here in transition, able to push the ball up. And then it looks simple, but that bounce pass on the move, on time, on target is difficult. A little back down right here. Again, always surveying the defense. He has two options here. He sees Kawhi coming. Okay, yeah. The cutter, Jeremy Grant, provides a release, and understanding that Gary Harris is going to fill the lane in there. And then again, inside, identifying where the defense and where this Denver Nuggets team, I think, really helps Nikola Jokic is their ability to cut and read the defense themselves. And this is a tough pass. Leads right to the basket inside. And if you're a player, listen, I played with Arvydas Sabonis, one of the best passing centers ever. Vlade Divac and also Chris Webber. One thing I took pride in is making myself available to those guys to be able to get easy layups. Again, you have to be unselfish. Jokic didn't shoot the ball particularly well from the field, but his ability to survey, to be patient, to put the ball out there on time so guys can just finish, it makes it a lot more complicated to take all of the things away from Nikola, because even when he's not effective putting the ball in the rim, as we saw through that film right there, he can beat you off the dribble off the pass as well as anybody. Because, Coach, the Nuggets now have essentially rewritten NBA history with not one but two comebacks from a 3-1 deficit in back-to-back playoff series. Are we all collectively underestimating what they could achieve against the top-seeded Lakers?
Well, I had them underestimated twice when they were down 3-1 in each series. I said, they're gone. Yeah. And they came back and played. So, yeah, I guess we are all underestimating them. I looked at them. I thought the Clippers just had their number, and they just fought back. Jimmy made a good point. When you have good passing teams, and I was really fortunate to play on some really, really tremendous passing teams, all your cuts are rewarded. Every time you make a good cut, you do different things, it's rewarded with a nice pass. And what happens, it's so hard to guard Denver, because everybody's cutting and everybody's moving because they know it's going to come back to him. And this guy right here, Murray's been on fire. He took a little hiatus there after he went crazy against Utah for a few games, but then he came back. And his ability to make shots for himself and create shots for himself. We talked about it earlier, Kristen. You have to have those guys that can get their own shot. We talked about Jimmy Butler with Miami, but he can get his own, but they don't need to get their own. When you talk about them playing the Clippers and what happened in Game 7, they were getting layups and little lead passes for just lay-ins and dunks and wide open shots off of Jokic's passing. And everything that the Clippers got was contested. And everything was a hand in their face. There wasn't as much movement from the Clippers as there was from Denver. So, yes, we have underestimated this team, but it's a fun team to watch. And they're going to go against a very, very good defensive unit in the Lakers, and it's going to really stress this team, and they're going to have to be on top of their game to beat the Lakers for sure.
Well, we're going to take another break, but we are with you until tip-off between the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat in Game 2 of this Eastern Conference Final, with the Heat holding the 1-0 lead. Playoff Central Live continues.